Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Hoven, your host for Health Matters. Today, it's time to learn more about your tendons, your muscles, and how they work together when you get tendinitis and what to do about it. Stay tuned. Have you ever been told that you have tendinitis or heard from someone that they have tendinitis? Well, you might not even know what that is, but let me give you just a quick anatomy lesson so that we can then talk about what to do if you get diagnosed with tendinitis. The tendon of the muscle is the piece of cartilage that's not muscle belly. So if you think of a steak, the steak is the red part, the meaty part, and then as that comes down into a more white glistening fashion that looks more like a rope, that's the tendon of the muscle. The purpose of the tendon is to attach a muscle to a bone. So when you think about what tendinitis is, the term tendon is the tendon of the muscle. The term itis, I-T-I-S, means inflammation. So if we have tendinitis, it's inflammation of a tendon of the muscle. Now, why that becomes important for us to know is because if the tendon of the muscle, which is attaching, and I'll just use an example of my arm, if my arm muscle has a tendon that attaches below the elbow joint to the arm, it's the tendon attaching to the joint that allows the hand to come upwards towards my face. Now, if that tendon gets irritated, which can happen from overuse, micro trauma, macro trauma, constant irritation, lots of things can cause these tendons to become inflamed or irritated, and that drives pain. And the pain can not only stay in one area, it can get more localized but start growing. So tendinitis pain is critical to take care of in the early stages. If not, it can lead to a permanent dysfunction of that muscle because we'll start using the muscle in a different way. For example, in our bicep, if we're not moving the bicep fully in motion because of tendinitis, now all of a sudden we might start changing our motion or getting our elbow with rotation to get the same exact thing done. And all of that leads to poor biomechanics, and eventually the mind memorizes those new movement patterns and it won't allow some of the old ones to take place, the normal ones. So it's important to get tendinitis checked out so that it doesn't get chronic or even permanent. Now, how do we treat tendinitis? Really, really easy if we keep it in the beginning. We put anti-inflammatory techniques to it. That can be something, if you're into nutrition, you can take anti-inflammatory nutrients. Make sure you're staying away from pro-inflammatory foods like sugars and really fatty protein. Also, we can take supplements that drive inflammation down. Drink lots of water. Now, on the treatment side, we're going to look for treating tendinitis for what I like to do anyway, is to make sure that I'm working the muscle above the tendon, and then I'm putting some sort of effort of compression down on the tendon, because what the tendon will think then and the muscle will act as is that that's the new attachment. So for an example, if I have this tendon of the muscle that's really irritated right here, I might take, it's called a Chopat strap, take that and put it right there, something tight along that for a temporary amount of time. Now my muscle thinks that this is the attachment instead of down here. And so this attachment now is going to take the load off of the tendon. So that's a form of resting the tendon. So also icing is another way to take care of the tendon. And if you need to, you can take anti-inflammatory medications, but you want to stay away from doing that for long term because it really does hurt some of the processing organs of your body. So that's the basics on tendinitis. And by the way, tendinitis can happen anywhere. Any muscle that has a tendon can get tendinitis. So it can be in your joints of your arms, legs, knee. You can even get it in your hips. They're all over the place. So wherever you feel pain, if it's not normal, go get it checked out. See if it's tendinitis, tendinosis, joint pain. Important to get it figured out and then taken care of. Until next time, remember, your health matters.